Wonderful Saturday evening to all of you Valkyrie fans. We pulled it out again. Boy, we had a 20 or 22 point lead, and then they let it slip away. Stagnant offense, but fortunately we held on. You knew Seattle was going to make a run, but it got a little, it got a little nervous there in the end. But the Valkyries held on. Those threes by Alicia Clark from Seattle. Boy, I was like, oh no, here goes another one. Anyway, we pulled it out. A win's a win. Doesn't matter. So, great game. Great game. Carla Leite, for the most part, I'm going to see if I can post the drive she went up against. It was either Malanga or Ezi Maglagor. They're both 6'6". I think Carla's 5'6". She went up and shot it over the 6'6" defender and still scored. That was so impressive. I mean, it was a little thing in the game, but I'm 5'6", and I've played against people. I played against Georgina Wells. She was 6'7", and I can't even imagine throwing a shot near the basket up over a 6'6" person. So anyway, just exciting game. They're getting it together. They gotta stop having those moments of stagnation offensively. It's like when they slow the ball down, they haven't figured out how to keep working it for a good shot. And then they kind of just stand around. They're all like standing around, not running their offense. And then it's like they have to throw up a shot at the last second. But great game, Carla Leite. Great game, Veronica Burton. Great game, Temi. We are going to miss Temi. She just did so much stuff inside that, it doesn't always show up on the scoreboard, but she is getting stronger and stronger going to the hoop. Before, she would always just pass it out, and she is getting the ball. There were probably 4 or 5 instances where she got the ball, took a dribble, and went strong to the hoop. I've been waiting for that, and she's been doing it more and more, and that's fantastic. And then, of course, Kayla friggin' Thornton. Kayla Thornton, another double-double. Just terrific. Terrific. She hit those threes. Just, and then strong rebounds and, good drives to the hoop. Let me see. So Kayla, 22 points, 12 rebounds, and an assist. Very good game. She's providing the leadership that the Valkyries need as they gain their identity. I mean, they're clearly that you could see Seattle was lost. Every single team we've played, for the most part, has been lost with this defense. And they go into the zone and they just don't know what to do because they're so used to man that the Valkyries periodically throw in that zone and then pack the paint. And even though they had a height advantage on us, they had Malanga and Ezi Maglagor in the game at the same time, and they still couldn't get in there because the paint was so packed with the zone. And, other than maybe Seattle, I expected Seattle to make a run. It made me nervous, but it was like, okay, they're going to make a run. We got to just hold on. We got to just hold on and then get a hoop. And I think we'll get better at that as time goes on. But you have to remember, we're also, last game, we had Salon, we had Sandalacini, we had Van Loo, who, she doesn't score that much, but she makes great passes. She makes great passes, especially the colors. But what's cool about it is Carla and Veronica are picking up on that, and they are doing that, which is great. I don't know whether they picked it up from her or it's just something the coaches are working with them on. But let's have a look at some stats and see what was what here. Okay, so looking at the stats here, we outscored them every single quarter but the final quarter, which was obvious just watching the game. But they only outscored us by 8. We outscored them by 1 in the third, 7 in the second, and 6 in the first. So, just overall great game. They had more bench points than we did, which that's unusual. We had more turnovers. That was mostly most of those happened in the fourth there, where we almost gave the game back. But let's see. Okay, let's look at who scored what. Okay, Kayla Thornton was 50% from the field. She was 7 for 14. She shot 33% from 3. Let's see. There's Temi. Temi shot 60%. She was 0 for 2 from 3, but that's not that big of a deal. But she was 8 for 14 from the floor, which that's just wonderful. Kayla Thornton had 12 rebounds. Temi had 7. Let's see. Overall, we did pretty good here. Let me just see who's scored. Okay, so we have Temi had 16. Kayla had 22. Carla had 14. Let's see how many assists we got. Stephanie Talbot had 5 assists. Veronica Burton had 9. She had 8 points. She had 4 steals. Veronica had 4 steals, and Monique Billings had 3 steals. So very active hands. It's funny because Temi ends up knocking a lot of things away, and you would think she would have more steals, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Here's the big thing. I've watched every Seattle game. The last couple games, Gabby Williams has gone off. She shot 37% from the field. She only took 8 shots. That's insane for her. 9 points. There's the game winner right there. Ezzy Maglagor had 10 points. Skylar, she got hers. But you know what? If you just give her hers, no problem. The last couple games, Erica Wheeler has been playing great, but that defense frustrated them. She shot 3 for 11, 27% from the floor. So that's you can attribute that to our defense because they look flustered, especially the first half. They definitely look flustered. Alicia Clark had 11 points, and all of those were threes in the late part of the game. Let's see here. They ended up getting a couple blocks on us, but for their height, it wasn't that bad. So overall, I mean, it was a nice win for the Valkyries, and I was really happy to see them hold together, even though they've lost 2 of their biggest scorers in the past couple games. Salon and Zandalicini were both big scorers, and not every game, but quite a few of them. So it was really nice to see that, but I'm worried about Temi. Temi's not going to be here the next couple games. Our next up for us is Dallas. Dallas has been looking better. Their last game, they should have won. They gave it away at the end. I guess it was the Aces. I think it was the Aces. Anyway, they should have won that game. But again, Dallas, you pretty much take away Beckers and take away Agumo. I can't pronounce her last name. Arike. You take those 2 away, and Dallas doesn't have much left. So you put pressure on them. So I was looking at the schedule. Dallas is our only away game, and then we have 5 straight home games, and the next one after that's going to be Indiana. So that place is that's going to be wild. That's going to be wild. I don't know what Natalie has planned for defending Caitlin Clark. She went off today. First game back just went berserk. I think she had 3 threes in, I saw, 38 seconds. I mean, I laugh. I mean, you look at Brianna Stewart just laughs at her because it's so insane. She's such a good shooter from so deep. It's just crazy. Anyway, great win. Let's go get another one in Dallas, and we'll see you next time.